Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Byron.
It's your girl Mina.
And we are back with another reaction. And today we are going to be reacting to the lawsuit filed against Shannon Sharpe. Yes, Shay. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Famer, tight end, one of the best tight ends to play the game. I read a little bit on it. Basically, it says that Shannon Sharpe was hit with a $50 million lawsuit from a woman going by Jane Doe, who claims he sexually assaulted her multiple times between 2024 and 25, calling the relationship long-term and abusive. She's been represented by attorney Tony Bugsby, which is the same attorney who recently violated Jay-Z publicly and was banned from doing anything in New York. He can't do no work. He can't do no work in New York.
That's why they went to Vegas. This was filed actually in Vegas, and there's so much to unravel here. First of all, 50 million, that's a lot. Jane Doe, she is no longer Jane Doe. I forgot her name.
Her name was Gabriella Zuniga. So we're gonna expose your because a lot of times people's face get burnt in the public and they're never seen in that light. My grandma always told me this. She's like, your reputation is like pure water. One bad thing can dilute and f up the whole thing. And even though you filtering, it just won't go back to what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't want to burn your face. And by them doing this and saying, oh, Shannon Sharpe was abusive, he sexually assaulted her, that f up people's reputation. Brands are going to back up. He was going to get a $100 million deal. On the they had a deal on the table for him for $100 million.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
And that makes people back off, like, oh, you got too much going on. We'll go get at somebody else. And then you saw what brother, he immediately went to his lawyer, as you should, and the lawyer exposed her name.
Yes.
They said Jane Doe, but it ends up,
being Gabriella.
That's right. Her name is Gabriella Zuniga.
So my opinion, $50 million, that's a lot. And I saw somebody in the comments that was like, if she's seeking money, not jail time, they're like, we already know what her motive is. So I think that alone speaks, volumes in. And then also it's just like, why are you doing it as Jane Doe? Your name, Jane Doe, only lasted for like 25 minutes. And then Shay was like, we ain't going for this. Because, he takes, which obviously is very serious, but he takes his sponsorships very serious. Like, when he got caught on live doing the nasty with, I think, Michelle, he cleared it up like this. He was just like, who did he say he called first? Well, I think he called his sponsors when he got caught, getting the nasty on with Michelle. So, he obviously takes it serious, and he's making a lot of money. But then I heard somebody in the comments that was like, I read something in the comments that was like, he's like in his 50s, but it's just like, you're dealing with these young girls, and it's just like, you trying to have a good time, and the girls are just looking for a check, so you got to be careful with that.
And the girl made it very clear in the text messages that they revealed publicly that she's like, I want you to put a big black baby in me. On some weird shit, like plain in the text messages. Yeah,
and then she's just like, let me eat your butt, and then let me ask you, and then let's get married. So it was just like, oh girl, she was one of those.
His name Shay for a reason.
But it's a shame that you have Buzzy B like right behind it, and it's just kind of like, are you orchestrating these? Are you kind of like saying how to go about it? Are you telling the girls what to do, what not to do? And I'm glad how Shannon is handling it now. If his views were up already, they're going up some more. But, should she get jail time if she's lying?
Absolutely.
Will she get jail time if she's lying?
Absolutely, she should, because I think it should be flipped. As soon as they clear it up and realize it's a money grab, he should sue her for defamation, and that lawyer, Tony Bugsby, should be completely stripped of his lawyer license.
Yes.
Outright, because I see he has a niche.
Yes.
And that is high ticket celebrities. All we need is one client to go through with what we're telling her to say and do, and we can probably close on a big deal. And we got a percentage of that.
Oh, exactly.
You know,
and 50 million, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so he playing a dirty game.
He wasted no time. He was just like, here are the text messages. There was no like, oh, you know, this time I'd like some privacy. No, he's just like, here's what you need. That's not me. You know, I mean, and people were like, okay, so if that's what she's saying, I'm sure, you know, he likes him a little wild. So one can only imagine what his text messages were. But do you feel like this will stain his name, even if it's false?
No, it won't, because he's not trying to hide it. He made it very known, very clear. It was consensual. Here's the text messages. Here's her name. Here's my phone. I gave my phone to my lawyer. Look at the messages. You know what I mean? So, you know, anybody can point their finger, but if it's not if it's he say, she say, that's bullshit. You know, but it can f your name up. It can.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when Jay-Z was hit with that accusation, it was just like what?
Yeah, like you used to hang out with Diddy anyway, so he was already getting. People were already taking sides.
But then when they dropped it, it was just verification that it was all bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then I also read that Shannon's lawyer, I guess there was like a tape, an audio tape that the girl recorded. So this really shows he must have not shown that much interest in her. And she was peeping that. And she's just like, he makes a lot of dough. I can't, you know, just let him go like that. So from his lawyer, it was just like there was something that was being recorded, obviously without his consent. And they said it got edited so much that it looked like it was just Shannon doing the weirdness talking, you know. But the Shannon's lawyer is just like, let me see the original unedited to show that it's consensual, not.
One thing I realized about Shannon Sharpe is he's very disciplined. If he gets into something, he's very successful. From being a Hall of Famer football player to being the top podcast right now on 2 different YouTube channels, he's a winner. But you see a man's Achilles heel. You know what I'm saying? And his weak point is women, because not once but twice he's had a public slip up.
Oh my gosh, yes.
With a woman. You know what I'm saying? And he's human. It's okay to have slip-ups and make mistakes and shit like that. But it's just like, you know, it's just, it opens up your armor a little bit, you know. But I know going forward now, it's a whole different ball game from who he deal with, how he deals with them. He gonna have a bid sign contracts before he even touch them. You know?
Yeah, but people are like, isn't he too old for this? Like, doesn't he need to settle down, find a wife, and like, you know, because like you said, this is his second slip up. The first one, you know, okay, cool, you know, it was, people made a joke out of it, but now it's like, now it's legal, and you got a lot of parties involved, and now he got to put money into his lawyer because it's just like, now it's a tick for tack. And
yeah, it's a sticky situation. I think, in my opinion, to cap it off, in my opinion on this, I think Shannon Sharpe's going to be good. It's going to be cool. It's definitely going to raise his views up. He's going to prove that there's nothing aggressive that he done. And that $100 million deal, you know, his success is still going to continue on. But I know he's going to move 10 times different.
But you don't think this is going to, like, add no dirt to his name?
I mean, if he can't prove himself innocent.
You don't think he would lose any deals or anything like this? Like, any of his current dealings that he has right now due to this accusation? I mean, accusations can take you very far. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think so. But we'll have to find out and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because today is time, you just don't know. They coming for anybody with success and money. You know, you ain't got no money, there's nothing they could do, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was just reading on this Daddy Yankee. You know Daddy Yankee, the one that sings a lot of you guys like know him from the Gasolina song. But his ex-wife is trying to get half of everything he has. He's a partner in Sony, and I think I'm pretty sure he discovered Bad Bunny. But they're like, she's trying to get 3-5 billion off of him. And they were married, I think, for years.
That, you know, for a man to have his peace, you know, it is a big old blow to the gut. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you he won't get no more. He won't get married no more. You know, it's a big blow to the gut because you just like, you know, bitch, I thought you loved me. $20,000 a month ain't enough. $50,000 a month ain't enough. Like, what type of lifestyle you want? Yes, that's 6 figures every 60 days. You ain't gotta do nothing with 6 figures every 60 days. Like, where you wanna live? That's too much. That's too much. It goes back to like, let me respect the man that I was married to. You know, yeah, I'm not with him, but why do I feel entitled to his intellectual property, the work that he put in? I wasn't there when he cut them deals. I wasn't there when he cut them deals. Maybe we talked about it. Maybe we mentally supportive. But if he was doing that with another woman, I would have took something there. So who you want me to do it with? I had to do it with you. So you're. It's just like, what do you feel that you deserve half of my empire? Why couldn't we come to an agreement outside the course? You know, to where we can live a good life with our kids. You know, or we could get you. You know what? How about instead of giving you half, I just give you a percentage of this, so you get checks for the rest of your life.
Right. And
just something that just set you up. Ain't no hard feelings. We ain't got to be enemies. Just make sure you on your way, peace and jolly. Everything works out and you happy. Everybody happy.
But it's just like, how do you prevent these situations? And I know it's women, and I know all women ain't like that. You know, some of us are very solid. But there's a lot of weirdos, you know, in the cracks and stuff like that. So it's just like, how can you identify where they're at? Like, I mean, with Shay, she's a little weird. It's just like, girl, why are you trying to do all of this? That's like a red flag.
I feel like it's one of them things where, you know, you got to be careful who you deal with, because, you know, everything that glitter ain't gold.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? All money ain't good money. Everybody that speak to you is not your friend. And, you know what I'm saying, all you know, just because somebody, you know, give you a gift or, you know what I'm saying, be nice to you, that don't mean they going to save you, you feel me, if you drowning.
Oh, we've seen a lot of that.
So it's just some things you just got to be on the lookout for. Just like when you walk in tall grass, you got to look for snakes. So it just got to be careful. That's my opinion.
That's kind of it, y'all. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Both scenarios, you know, with Shay, does he need to settle down? Does he need to be more discreet on who he messes with? But, you know, he's like a 50-year-old man. He like to mess with young girls.
That's what they like.
And, you know, and that's okay. But these young girls, these 2000 babies now, because they're all 2000s. Like, if you're 25, you're from 2000. They're all a little strange, you know? Like, take no offense if you're not strange, but if you are from the 2000, you are a little strange. I don't know why, but I don't know. I don't even know if it's always been this bad. Or maybe we're just adults noticing this. I'm not sure. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Any final words? Any words of advice?
Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next reaction.
I was going to say something, Dave.